The Rocstedi Podcast.
Bob can hear us. He's clapped. Turn on video. You got to accept that, Bob. On your phone at the bottom. Here we go.
There it is.
We got you. All right. Thank you very much. All right, Bob. How are you, brother?
Good. Real good.
There you go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, no further ado, Mr. Bob the Bee Sapp. Give it a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Keep it going. Give him a nice warm welcome here. Bob. Damn, look at the shape this guy is in. God damn. How are you, Bob?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're looking good.
Me on Rocco.
I appreciate you coming here, man. So, look, let's get straight to it, man. I've been wanting to have you on the show for a while. We've been talking again more so recently, but I didn't really realize how much of a good shape you've gotten over the past, I don't know how long, but from knowing you for about 7 years, you're looking more fine now than you did when you were younger. And you're 48 now, I believe, nearly 49. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're in the prime of your life.
Yes, loving it. You know, I'm fortunate enough to where in my career, towards the end, I decided to make sure that I was saving my health. So now I actually have a little more health outside of that professional arena that we've seen in, that you've previously seen me in, such as whether it's NFL or professional wrestling or mixed martial arts. So what I did was obviously I managed to get myself back into a superb shape condition, quite frankly, for my health. But of course, if I wanted to have extended myself to any wealth, I planned on fighting Mike Tyson. Now we all see why he is ducking and dodging and running from me.
Well, let's go into that a little bit, Bob. As I've been priming the audience a little bit about the video, which you can go on to Bob Sapp Official on IG, or you can go to my Instagram as well, _Rocstedi, and you can see the videos that Bob has put out. This is kind of a beef that started with an antagonization from around 2003. Is that right?
Yeah, well, we got into the ring. Yeah, I think it was 2000, almost 2003, but that was in Vegas where I said, hey, you mess with me, I'll put your fuse out. You know, he, of course, we did almost have that fight happen. It never happened because of the stuff that he went in his past, and Japan would let it in. It was kind of being histrionical at that time. But, you know, fast forward to now, I managed to get him out of retirement. And a lot of people were wondering, why did he fight Roy Jones Jr. instead of me? Well, I think it's now obvious why Mike Tyson chickened out of the Bob Sapp fight after I got him out of retirement. I believe that.
Let's not speed through that, Bob. Can I touch on that for you for a second? So, obviously, the fight was meant to happen way back when, and it was meant to happen in Japan, but because of some charges and problems, that fight could not happen. Therefore, his management or someone, which he doesn't even know why, because he wanted to fight you, had changed it to the Roy Jones Jr. fight. He didn't even know how it happened. Now that all this time has passed, he's come out of retirement because of the fight he was meant to have with you, right? And now there's no fighting in Japan. Now every opportunity to fight you wherever here now can happen, but he still won't do it. Do you think it's because of the shape that you're in now? I think his camera's paused.
Why and how Mike Tyson ran away and his management. So I will be releasing all of that evidence and everything live. And, well, actually, no, live. I guess I'll be putting, some of it's live now, but I will be placing some videos to tell that story.
Sure. Okay. So you're looking damn good, man. I'm not sure he's going to actually proceed with this because how old is Tyson now? I didn't catch his age.
Tyson is 55, and so he's still going on Joe Rogan. He's still going on various media outlets claiming that he can defeat me and he can do so quite easily. Now, I believe that if we look at the way Tyson looks now and the way I look now, him being 55 and me being 48, I believe that now, I mean, I'm here to snap him right back into reality. Listen, you had enough time blabbing and saying about how you can defeat me and all this other kind of stuff. put your money where your mouth is. Now, when I offered him up to $80 million to fight me, he still ran away. So, you know, and you'll see articles about where he says, hey, I don't care how much money I'm being offered, I'm not going to take it because I'm looking weak and flabby. Well, that's because he saw my picture and he knows exactly what I'm able to do to him.
Do you think that his day's done at 55? Do you think he's just worried about getting hurt?
Well, you know, I took him out of retirement and, you know, he decides to duck and dodge. So I don't believe there's a single fighter out there or a single fight out there that anybody wants to see besides me and Mike Tyson. So, you know, I believe now he says he's getting ready. He's going to have to get real ready for me big time.
Well, I saw those little snippets, you know, when he's talking on the Joe Rogan podcast, and it looks like he still wants it. You know, it does look like he wants it, but I don't know if it's someone else telling him what to do and guiding him out of it. But maybe if he had it his way, he'd potentially stand up and do it. Are you ready for that?
Well, yeah. Tyson clearly can. He's a man. He clearly can run away from me, so he can clearly run to me, and he can clearly run over here to see. Hey, I believe everybody wants to know, Mike. You keep saying you can defeat Bob. You keep doing it. Well, Bob's in shape. He's ready. You claim to be in shape. You claim to be ready. Put the weed down. Pick up the phone, and I'll put you down.
So, can you just give some of the listeners here, because they're just seeing like a mammoth, fit, huge guy in front of them, right? How tall are you? How big are you? Just so they can get an idea.
Previously, when you first saw me, when I first approached Mike, I was 6'5", 400 pounds. Now I am 6'5", 320 pounds. So, Mike, this is about as light as I'm going to get for you, buddy. So, I'm pretty sure everybody can now see that Mike is too light to fight, too thin to win.
So, is there a time frame that you want this to kind of happen, Bob? Is there like, is this something you want to happen right away?
I'm ready now. So, I'm ready now. I'm ready a week from now, 3 months to 6 months from now. So I'll let everybody on Fireside know. We'll be keeping up. Hey, we'll see what he says. Hey, get the word out to Mike. I'm getting the word out.
When did you first put the word out, Bob? It was just about a week ago, right?
Oh, I put the word out the first time I challenged him. And he knows it. So now he's going to hear my words of exactly why he ran. Well, everybody else will. He knows why he ran. His management knows. Now everything's coming out. So you guys get to find out exactly what's going on behind the scenes. When these professionals challenge me, you get to find out what happens. So I'm going to show you. You're going to be in for a shocker.
I can't wait to see. Are there any sort of conditions that you're wanting from this? I mean, like, are you prepared to fight in a certain specific place or anything like that? Are there any requisites for him to come forward or?
Well, apparently, obviously, he's scared. So what I've also said is that, listen, Mike, if you are scared, listen to this, guys. Mike, take two of your top boxers. Take two of your top boxers. Stand them next to you. I would go 3-on-3, stand up with two of my best fighters. You understand? We'll go stand up. Man to man. Let's do it. Just fisticuffs. Just that.
So talking just boxing, you and two other guys versus him and two of his guys.
Queensberry rules, no problem. Get your best three against my three. You will not fight me one-on-one. So get your best three against my three. That's what I'm saying.
Awesome. I mean, I don't think there's nothing unclear about this. It's straight to the point. And if he doesn't come forward, I mean, the only thing I can imagine is he feels
he's scared.
He must feel outdone. He's either feeling old or
scared. I got him out of retirement.
I'm trying to say that without saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. And so everybody knows it. Now everybody knows it. I've been very quiet, so nobody's heard that I was the one that he was supposed to fight. Nobody really heard the story behind it. And you hear when Mike, he jumps over it. He says, well, I don't know what happened. Yeah, he knows what happened. That's why he's doing that with his hands because he's running. So I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to prove it to you. Absolutely, Fireside. I'll be back.
Right, the message is out. Thanks, Bob, for that, man. Did you want any of the listeners to ask any questions, or you got time, or you on a schedule?
I got a little time real quick. No problem.
Anyone want to come up and ask Bob any questions at all? Feel free to do so. AC, you might want to jump up. Going to bring you up. There we go. Give a big round of applause, guys. We've got a few listeners here. So this is something we want to repost and tag and push. King, you want to come up? I'm going to bring you up there. If anyone has any questions for Bob, there we go. Here's the King. This is our buddy Elvis. I do a podcast with him. Shotgun Candy.
Hold on. I have just a quick question for you. Now, if you did beat Mike Tyson, would you eat his kids?
Absolutely, maybe with a side of a nice shanty.
I keep trying to fix my phone screen. I always thought the Incredible Hulk was green, but apparently he's not. You're a big. I'm telling you, I'd be terrified. I'd run too. I'd run faster than Tyson. I'd trip him so you'd get to him first. If I was running away. Well, what do you think the likelihood of him accepting your challenge is? I mean, what do you think? I know you think he's scared. Nope.
Oh, we lost Bob. It might be frozen. I'm going to give him.
And he's in Thailand, man. He's got that.
He's in Thailand there, but usually the internet's fantastic, but he's just a touch far from his internet, I believe. So I've given you the access back again, Bob, unless he had a phone call.
Who knows?
I know he didn't have too long.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Hey?
That's a pretty big deal, man. Him calling out Mike Tyson right here on the show. Let's.
Absolutely. Just working out these technical difficulties.
Yeah, well, we got Paul Votto up here and AC. What's going on, fellas?
Good evening. What's going on, guys? Wow, I am starstruck.
Yeah, man, that would. Can you imagine that? What an amazing fight!
Well, third time because I mean, Chris being a original M2 BJ, that's pretty cool. But yeah, 3 legitimate times today I have felt butterflies. This is one of them. I'm a big NFL fan, so obviously I left you a message, Rock. You don't have to play that, but I said thank you for his time, playing football. But is he worried about the new kind of regiment that Mike is going under? He's going under in shadow boxing. He's looking pretty fast and lean. I wonder if he's worried about that.
Well, I mean, it'd be going against Bob Sapp would be like punching like a mountain. That guy's humongous.
Well, yeah, it's a different ball game there, right? Altogether. I mean,
plus he's totally chiseled. I mean, what did he say? He lost like
he's 320. He was 400 pounds. Now he's 320.
So he cut 80 pounds of fat off, and now he's all solid muscle. There's a big man.
I'm telling you, I've known Bob for about 7 years, and this is the best shape I've ever seen him, man. And he was in good shape when I met him, but it's just I hadn't seen him for a while on COVID and haven't spoken to him for a while. And then we spoke around the time we did the Mike Tyson episode here on Shotgun Candy. And then he sent me some photos, and I was like, holy shit, man, this guy's in full beast mode. Like, what is going on here?
He's living up to the nickname.
He's ready to go. He's ready to go.
Okay. I don't people understand like the gravity of this, of Bob Sapp doing this here with us tonight. This is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a platform, on Fireside where he can get that word out. So this is live. Obviously, thank you to the listeners that are here participating in this on the platform and off the platform. We're not sure who's on other platforms, but definitely who's on here on Fireside. And I mean, I think this is potentially a place where he's going to do that a few times. I think he's got some more messages he does want to say, but for now.
If anybody knows Mike Tyson, tell him he just got punked out on Rocstedi Podcast.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of people listening here who are from press release. So hopefully, you guys have got that press, and we'll push that out because we can get responses back here on Fireside again for that too. Oh, yeah, it's just a shame that I'm 3/4 of the way through a 24-hour marathon, having to question some massive news with half the brain juice that I've normally got.
Oh man, together we're one person, so it's fine.
Yeah. Together we're like a third of a man.
Yeah, one brain to rule them all. But, I mean, this is absolutely huge, and people should really be excited about this. If anybody knows like a boxing fan or anyone that follows mixed martial arts or anything like that, share this on the live YouTube feed, because this is big news to them. It's big news to me.
Yeah, he's just
already betting.
I don't know. Do you think Tyson will do it? Do you think he'll do it?
I have no idea.
I think the way he did it is pretty brutal. So I think that it would behoove him to do that, unless he completely shrugs it off and just doesn't even. I mean,
I don't think he's the kind of guy.
I don't know why he would when it was such a big talked about fight. If there's ever a fight he's going to do, this would be the fight, especially at this age where it makes sense, where he's not fighting actively anymore. You know, I think Tyson's only 5'10", but he's wide sideways.
Got 7 inches on him. Like, is this the guy he's gonna? This is the hill he's gonna die. Literally, the hill.
You got to remember that Tyson used to go up against guys that were way taller than him, like a foot taller than him. Sometimes, man, he'd get in there.
Foot taller. Yeah.
I mean, he
does want to come back up. He's just fixing the glitches. There's glitches going on, so it's freezing for him.
He can take
his
his
phone
time.
can't handle his.
I'll give him some visual radio time. For that.
His phone's scared of it. Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, this would be an incredible. It'd be like Clash of the Titans, man. It'd be pretty amazing. What do you think, Paul? You still here, or where'd you go?
Yeah. I mean, I think we need to take all those Chuck Norris bits that we were doing that you guys did this morning and start saying Bob Sapp, because man, this guy is a beast. He's that name that he has is absolutely appropriate. I think it would be devastating between those two. I mean, somebody's going to get seriously hurt, and to be there would be amazing. I mean, I hope it can happen in Vegas, of course, but so
it would make the most sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, for me and Votto, for sure. Yeah.
The fight would be like all 5 Rocky movies put in one.
However, I'm in a precarious position here, though, guys. Remember when we did the shotgun candy regarding Mike's life? I went into my personal anecdotes about how I know him and worked with him and close to him. So I'm in a pickle. I like Bob Sapp.
Do you have some context you can sort of take this to him and I mean, there's no doubt he would have seen this footage before from when Bob had a video that went out about a week ago. This word gets back to him pretty quick, but to actually be on here on Fireside, you being in the audience when you have a potential connection to him, might just entice that a little bit more. I don't know. It's something that I think we'd all love to see this shit happen. Let's not fucking lie. It's like, battle of Goliaths, man.
My old job and kind of see if he's out on the weekends, like I said, and kind of go up to him and say, "Hey, champ, remember me?" And hopefully he does, and maybe I can just tell him a sentence and say, "Hey, Bob Sapp," and then just like turn over my phone and be like,
"Sure, yeah, Bob Sapp said this about you," and then just hold your phone there.
Right. Yeah,
and I was there, and he wants more.
I want to be there.
So I'm just thinking about it, right, man. I'm 5'11", so I'm like that tiny bit taller than Tyson, nowhere near as wide, not in the shoulder area anyway. And you see a guy like Bob Sapp who's just a monster. Even if I was a fantastic boxer, muscly all over, you still got to shoot a brick when you see a guy that size.
Sure, but some may say it's just to play devil's advocate. Some may say that's a retractor because it makes you a bit slower. Although he's been 405 pounds now, he's a lot leaner. However, I'm sure he's in retrospect to what he was, yes, but he's still basically big, and it's hard for him to get around. If you can do that jab really quick, if you can move, or if you can take a punch.
Yeah, but I mean, he's almost the size of a brick. And how the hell do you fight something like that?
Not video because I think it's glitching out. It's glitching out at the moment. So I just want to bring Kaylee up. Where is she here? I think Bob's having a issue with the video, so I'm just going to keep them off for now. But come up to the stage. Kaylee knows Bob as well from Thailand. There we go. There we go. So I just want to throw this to you guys. So if Tyson didn't go ahead with this, right?
What's up?
Because Bob's ready. There's no doubt he's ready to go. If Tyson didn't do it, it would be one of two things. I would think that he's too old and fear of getting hurt is one thing, or if he loses, the fear of losing against his pride. Which one do you think it would be?
He's lost enough where I don't think that that's and also you kind of see this as a business where like one person's going to lose and the other person is going to be victorious. Of course, you want to be on the other side of it, but I don't think I don't think pride has that much to do with this one. I don't. Maybe for Bob.
I think when you're known as the baddest man on the planet and you're a world champ, I think you've always got that little level of pride, and so I mean, no one ever wants to go on losing a fight for sure, but does it mean more to him now?
Right.
Why would he take on that challenge? Would he take on that challenge so he can prove something to himself, or would it be for the money, or if he doesn't, would it be fear of getting hurt, or maybe both? I don't know.
Right.
See, I don't know the mind of a fighter like that. I wouldn't do it because I want to go out on a high note. I don't want my last fight to be the one
that's what I'm thinking.
Lost.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure video is going to screw it up.
I think Tyson,
because it was glitching before.
If you listen to Tyson's, if you listen to the way he talks about things now, I don't know that pride thing is and that ego is such a driving force like it was before.
No, but you go back and watch watch some of the tapes on him, right? And he's calmed right down. He says he can't even believe the person he used to be because when he got into that zone, he was focused. He was just ready to kill, right? But when he's calmed down as he's gotten older, he's gotten out of that. But when he had to train for that fight, it's like he said, it was like he was addicted, and it came back on again, and all that drive came back. So I think those old anchors in your body and your mindset come back from a bit of training, and all just gets fired up again. I think that if he doesn't want to do it now, but he did start training for it, he might completely change his mind and want to. But I damn well fucking think it's something the public won't see.
At 55, he's got to either, decide to do it now. Because, I mean, if he tries to do it when he's 60, he's going to die.
It's now or never. It's now or never. Yeah. Rock, you want me to come back down? Just in case he wants to.
No, I want to keep talking about this for a bit.
Yeah. I mean,
I was just worried about going on video because it glitched out with Bob, which is still in the listeners. I'm not sure if he can hear or not. If you can, Bob, maybe send me a message or clap or something so we know you're there. But he's there. I don't know if he wants to come back up. He's tried to reset his phone and says it's not working. So, damn, I don't know what's going on.
So I'll go back down with just audio. But like this thing, when he was going under the wire like that thing that I cut up in the Instagram, he was fast. I'm just looking at both sides here. I would love to see that fight.
Talking about who? Sorry,
Mike Tyson when he was going under the wire,
right,
and just doing the fast shadow boxing. That was pretty impressive. And that's probably just a couple months of touch ups. After being dormant for so long. So who knows?
Yeah, from doing it for so many years of his life, right? He probably never loses it. He probably just slows down those skills, a little bit of skills, sharpens up again with time. Correct. He'll never be as fast because he's not as young, but those skills are still there. Yep. Then you've got Bob, who's built like a brick shithouse. Just how do you knock a man like that down?
If he catches you, it's over.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like a mouse is really fast, but all you got to do is step on the damn thing once.
Right. Then why was Bruce Lee so effective?
Bruce Lee's dead. Bob Sapp's alive. Just saying.
Bruce Lee was.
Well, Bruce Lee. I mean, he only fought a mountain of a man in a movie. Right. So, I don't know that. I mean, that's like I could stand on the highway and try to dodge semi trucks, and one time I try to punch one is going to run me over. You know what I mean? It's a big difference.
So you're of the school and the belief that you'll take the bigger guy every time.
Not every time, but Hulk smash.
There's a substantial difference in this particular case, and I just don't know. As much of a big, strong winner of a man Mike Tyson is, I don't know if he's got the balls to go ahead with something like this. He did when he was younger and in full shape, but does he now when he's older and in less shape and Bob Sapp's in full fucking peak form like this? I can't see him going ahead with it. I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he's got the
kick. He likes to kick now.
Sorry?
So.
Wi-Fi name or password has changed. To update your
Uh-oh.
Wi-Fi, Go to the Alexa app.
Is that me? Who's this? Who's
Alexa,
that?
shut your mouth.
Alexa, shut the fuck up.
Was he?
By name or password.
Alexa, what's my bank details?
All right, stop saying that name, please. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, but again, he has this.
Well, hey, AC, the difference is.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I don't choose bigger, not every time. I mean, it's not like a little guy who can fight versus just a big guy who's just big. I mean, Bob's got skills; he can fight, and he can lance blows, and he can take them too. So that's you got to factor in the skill of the size at this point. You know, plus that's the age. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
mean, on both sides.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't put money on the fight. I'd enjoy watching it, but I don't think I'd bet on it because I'd probably pick the loser.
What would the odds be? I mean, would Tyson?
Wouldn't want to jinx it.
Plus, you know, he'd be like the underdog, right? Plus money, I guess.
Man, I don't know. I'm thinking it's got to be 50-50 if you factor in everything. You factor in the age, factor in the size, factor in how long they've been training. Obviously, he's been getting cut and training for this for a while. I mean, you don't look like that after 2 weeks of working out. You look like that after like a year.
I mean, and that's knowing how to work out and getting like that. That's 80 pounds. That's a person. It's incredible. It's incredible.
I'd have to cut one full leg off and then my other one up to the knee to lose 80 pounds.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's a lot of weight.
Yeah. But I mean, my point was that also I've seen Bob Sapp kick, and you know, there's more of a martial arts. You know, kind of array that he has as well. So this would be stand-up boxing. That would be interesting to watch with that height disparity. Very interesting.
He's having problems getting back on, so that'll be it from him today. It keeps freezing for him. However, there's a little bit of extra time if you wanted to pick up some extra time on visual radio. Then for that, we could talk about this for another 5 or so.
Sure.
And then I'll hop down for a bit. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. So, well, he's too goddamn polite on this thing. He's always hitting.
Yeah, you got to be a bit more rude.
Yeah. Every time I'm going to say something, you guys have something better to say anyway. So I'm just like, but I would like to see AC go up to Mike Tyson and go, "Hey, champ, remember me?" And then show him what Bob Sapp is saying, and see if Tyson takes it out on AC. See what happens.
Yeah, he might slap the phone out of his hand.
I don't know.
That's it.
The Rocstedi Podcast.